icon. Now pleased to be joined on the call by the head coach of Stony Brook, Billy Cosh. Good morning, Billy.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. Quite a game between your team and Villanova on Saturday. Hard fought back and forth throughout, especially in the fourth quarter and overtime. You come up a little short, 30 to 27. Just kind of give me your impressions on the game and how your team performed.
We played outstanding. We just didn't play good in the critical moments, and Villanova did. So give them credit. They did a really good job of managing the game and making plays when they needed to. We did a really good job of getting into the game and finding ways to get back in the game too as well. So it was a great, like you said, back and forth game. And you look at it, we fumbled the ball. We got a takeaway. We fumbled the ball, and then we found a way in 2 minutes to tie the game up. We had the ball on the 3-yard line. We didn't execute and score, but still found a way to get down there. And then overtime, they did a really good job on defense with their plan there in the overtime period of stopping us and making us kick a field goal. And they did a really good job there, overcoming a 2nd and 21, which is incredible. 3rd and 15, they did a really good job making a throw and catch and did a really good job of executing down in the red zone. So give them credit. Our kids play so hard. We're inspired. I'm proud of that, but we got to win those games. On the road there, trying to beat a team that's top 10, and you're right there. You got to win them, and we did. So we got to find those ways to move forward.
With your young quarterback, Quinn Boyd, who we've talked a lot about, had another solid day, 278 yards and a touchdown. But that drive at the end to force the overtime, how big being in situation, and he brought you back several times, how big is it for him to be in situations like that and as part of his growth process?
I'd say in games he's played, he's been through a lot of extremes. Through Towson, it was a run game, throw some, reliefs, line all that pressure on him. Then Maine, he had to win the game on his own and tried to, and he couldn't. But at 50-mile-per-hour winds, and then he played A&T, and then he played this game where it was back and forth, and there's highs and there's lows, and it was really cool to see his demeanor. I was really more proud of his toughness. I mean, he got hit a lot. He got hit a few times, and he kept bowling up. That's what you want to see in a young quarterback. And the guys rally around him. Jace Freeman made a lot of plays for him down the field as well. And but he did a really good job, and it's gotten better each week, like I've said. And like you said, as a young guy, you're on the road, and you're in a 2-minute situation, and you do a really good job of executing the 2 minutes. That's pretty cool to see, So he's got to continue to get better. He's got to continue to improve, but we really like him. We're really feel like we have a good foundation on that quarterback. We just got to keep building on that.
And then I wanted to ask you about Jay. 6 catches, 175 yards. It seems like in the last few weeks, his game has gone to an entirely different level, and he's also contributed for you on special teams. Just talk about this last month or so that he's had for you.
He's been incredible. I mean, down the field with big plays. I mean, I think he has maybe 30-something catches for a lot of yards, and because he's really explosive. Once he gets the ball, he can break tackles, make guys miss, run through you, and he's a big play threat. So he's had a heck of a year. He's gotten better from last year, which I'm always happy about, guys that are improving and getting better. So it's been cool to see. When I first got here, he was a quiet guy, was learning how to work. And, he learned how to work, and he always has some talent. So it's kind of cool to see both those things come together for him, and really proud of his success that he's had so far.
Defensively, one of the things that you were able to do against a really good Villanova offensive line is get to the quarterback. 4 sacks, second week in a row that you've done that. What were you able to do so effectively to put some pressure on McQuaid?
Our defensive line played outstanding. I mean, I think Daishier Clary, again, had another great week. Josh Leith is a young freshman D lineman that got a half a sack. Coy Bueno is a freshman that had a sack. And all those guys, Sebastian Regis, Franco Milano, all those guys, man, they play so hard. Rodney Falk, I mean, all those guys that play, Maurice Seals, they do a great job. Our defensive line is really playing at a pretty good level for us, this year. And we lost Rashawn Lawrence last year. He was going to Minnesota. He was a hell of a player for us. But those guys have gotten better each week. They improved each week. And we're well coached. Coach Hammonds does a great job with those guys, developing those guys on the D line. So just really proud of those guys, how hard they play and the physicality they've shown. And Villanova's got a great offensive line, like you said. I mean, they got a pretty big old line. They're long, they're linear. They can move. They're physical. So for us to do that was really good to see. But that quarterback still made some great throws under pressure now. It's impressive to see that as a quarterback guy, his toughness. So, but yeah, our defensive line found ways to wreak havoc. That was huge for us.
This year, you touched on 7 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. I just know from doing these calls every week, he's the number one guy that comes up when people talk about your defense. Talk about the year
Yeah.
that he's had, and has he developed in your mind as one of the top defensive linemen in this league?
I think he's up there. I mean, the guy I ought to see this week at Bryant is pretty good too now.
Yeah,
But I'll say he's had a great year. I mean, a guy that really was a role player for us last year. Didn't really play much, and then he came in this past season and has done a great job. And he's played the nose position. He wasn't a nose guard. We moved him to nose guard during training camp, and he wasn't sure about it at first, and now he loves it. So it's been a great addition for us. He's had a heck of a year. Really proud of him. He wreaks havoc in the run and the throw game, plays hard, plays with a chip on his shoulder. And I told the team that just his development, a guy that, was kind of discouraged at first when we first got here. And he's just gotten better, kept chipping away. And it's really cool to see that for his last year, the seasons he's had. He's done a great job for us.
especially the last home game means senior day. I know you got some guys that have meant a lot to you as you've continued to build this program. What just talk about that senior group?
Yeah, we got almost 30 guys about to walk across here, and they've been instrumental for us. From kind of where we started, until now, how they built this program, and we got a great challenge in Bryant this week. So I want them to obviously have a great game and do it the right way. But they've been so huge for us, just through the winter workouts, the spring balls, the fall camps, the development. And we got a lot of good young players too, which I'm excited about. So they've kind of taught them the whys and how to do things and how to compete and how to do the things we want to do. So I want them to obviously go out the right way. They got to continue to do the right things this week with a great Bryant team. And but really instrumental for me as a young guy, head coach, having those guys and the thick and the thin of it's been unbelievable. I'm very proud of those guys.
You mentioned Brian. Record not what they want it to be, but a team that played especially well early, battled some injuries. But what are some of the challenges that they'll still present for you on Saturday?
Well, schematically on offense, they do a great job. I want to say that. I mean, we played them last year, and they should have beat us, in my opinion. They had a great plan. They have great players. I think their tailback's a great player. He's good as a runner, good as a pass catcher. They got good skill players. I'll talk about their defense. That number 9 is a heck of a football player. Even the other interior D line are good players. They're physical. They run the ball. I think Chris does a great job. He's building it the right way, man. So a lot of respect for them. We got to play them here at home. We got to have a great week of preparation. But they got some really good players. They really do. They recruit the right way, and they develop the right way too, obviously. So it's going to be a great challenge, and we got to have a great week of prep this week against Bryant.
How important for your team to end not only with a win, but to get to that 6-6 mark?
Yeah, it's big. Obviously, it's big. It's the next game, obviously, and we've had a tough schedule. We play some really good teams close. And that season could be a lot different. But right now, it's Bryant, and getting to 6 would be huge. We got to have a great week. It's a great team. It's going to take our best, and but absolutely, I want our guys to go out the right way, and we got to do a great job with our preparation this week.
All right, Billy. Thanks as always for your time today and all season long, and appreciate all you've done.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you guys.